just got this camera, and it's funny because I'm usually working out 5-6 times a week. It got me like just on the field, and today's not one of them, the day after I get this camera. But it's cool because like I want to try to figure out this whole camera thing. I just want to talk into this thing, just speak to it, speak to my so-called audience. But I'm excited. I guess like a new little chapter. I don't want to call it vlogging more, it's just documenting. It's weird right now a little bit talking to the camera, but it's weird also because it feels somewhat normal in a way. So who knows, it's going to be a steady does it type of thing, and I'm going to take this to the top. I'm blessed being able to do this and to even have this idea, man. I want to help people. I want to try to teach people the peace that God's taught me. I always wanted to do this YouTube stuff, but I call him the enemy. It's like always been getting in my head and telling me, what are people gonna think of you, and nah, you shouldn't, and all this and that. I want to document my life. I want to document my football workouts. I want to document my free agent journey, and a bunch of things. My friendships, how I go about life, how I think about things. But the main reason is I created such a great relationship with God. He's taught me so much, and he's given me so much peace that I genuinely feel it's selfish of me to keep all that peace to myself and not share it with whoever wants to watch these videos. Because I found out a long time ago that I can't do it myself. I'm not strong enough. I try to do it all by myself, and God had to humble me because I was trying to control everything. Little did I know that I can't do anything, and I'm nothing. But with God, I'm everything, and through him I could do anything. But by myself, I'm nothing. I can't do anything. And he had to teach me that. And it's not like a scary thing. It's like, oh, I'm nothing, I can't do anything. It's more of with him, I'm everything, and I could do anything through him. That's what I want a lot of people to understand, because life's never going to go our way. It's going to go his way. It's going to go God's way. And once we submit to that and trust him and really have that true faith, that's when everything starts to make sense. Because we're not meant to take on this crazy life by ourselves. We have a God that loves us and wants to look out for us. All he wants is a relationship with us. And I found out I can't do them. I'm not that strong. This clip's getting a little long, but I want to tell a quick story. There's 2 statues in New York, right? The first one, I think they call him Atlas, and it's like that famous sculpture or statue, whatever you want to call it, of the man, with the world on his shoulders. And he's bent over, he's struggling, his veins are popping out, really struggling to, keep that world on his shoulders, which I feel like a lot of us want to replicate. But when you look at the statue, it's like the dude's about to break. He's about to fold under that world. And it's funny because right across the street from that statue, it's in New York City, is St. Patrick's Cathedral, and in front of the church is baby Jesus with the world in his palm. This little world in his palm. The world teaches us, put the world on your shoulders, do it all yourself. It's you versus the world. And Jesus is like, no, I have it in my palm. All you need is me. The world taught me growing up, at least, is like, there's no one here to save you, right? It's you versus the world, and you got to tackle all these problems and solve all these things. And little do I know, I go to Jesus, and he gives me not only the peace, but the solutions and the way to go about my life, the plan. And, I don't have to do it by myself. I have a God that loves me and, is taking care of me and looking out for me. I don't have to do this by myself. I could do it with him. And it's gonna turn out 10 times better than I thought it would have. But that's when the faith and the trust really comes in, because I'm not that strong. The human in me wants to say, yeah, look at me, right? I'm just the strongest. I could take on anything. Nothing could break me. I'm this, I'm that. It's like, nah. It's like a bunch of I talk, a bunch of me talk. It's like, But I had to find out quick that I can't do it myself. I'm not that strong. But there's a God there that loves me and wants to take care of those problems for me. You know, the dreams that he put in our hearts and the visions he put in our heads, they're not for no reason. And they're God-given, but I don't have it figured out myself. It may seem delusional to some. It's like when you tell people about your dreams and your aspirations and all that stuff. But they don't know that God gave them to you for a reason. He's going to give you these dreams in your heart and these visions that you see in your head of you in the future and how you see yourself and how you see your life. But he's not going to tell you how to get there. In my case, I want to play football. And, I have a lot of other dreams and aspirations, but this is just for an example. When I decided, I'm going to go all in on this football stuff. But if God told me everything that I had to go through to get there, I probably would have quit. I probably, would have said, this is too much for me. If God told me, well, you're only going to have one offer coming out of high school. You're going to have to end up transferring 3 times. You're going to have to tear your ACL. You're going to have to get a lot of denials. If he told me all these things in the beginning, I would have been like, no thanks. Maybe this isn't my dream. As humans, we want to be comfortable. We don't want to go through pain. That's, it sounds like a lot. Pain hurts. But little did I know, I had to go through all those things, all that so-called pain, to get me where I'm at. This whole time he was building me up, showing me how much I could go through and how much I could handle. But in the beginning, he told me all these things. I'm going to have to go through this, and then I have to go through that, and then this, and that. I'd have been like, I'm not strong enough to go through all that. He wants to show us how much we're capable of and how much we could take. Because if he told us in the beginning, a lot of us would be like, no thanks. But he shows you that you're strong enough by not telling you. He'll show you that you could be what you want to be if you just trust him. I'm so blessed that I've learned that because, I probably would have quit. I'd be like, no, that's too much for me. But he showed me, no, it's not. When you go through these troubles, give it all to me. Let me handle it. But you are strong enough and you can do what you want to do, but you just have to trust me, my plan, and the dreams in your heart that I gave you. So one thing I want to do on this channel is obviously spread the gospel, helping people throughout, this crazy journey we call life. I have this book, it's called Jesus Calling by Sarah Young, and it has a daily devotional for every single day of the year. If you're just beginning your journey with God and want to have something really cool to read and really believe that this is a great book. So today's November 15th, 2024. Approach problems with a light touch. When your mind moves toward a problem, you tend to focus on that situation so intensely that you lose sight of me. You pit yourself against the difficulty as if you had to conquer it immediately. Your mind gears up for battle, and your body becomes tense and anxious. Unless you achieve total victory, you feel defeated. There is a better way. When a problem starts to overshadow your thoughts, bring this matter to me. Talk to me about it, and look at it in light of my presence. You will always face trouble in life, but more importantly, you will always have me with you, helping you to handle whatever you encounter. Approach your problems with light touch by viewing them in my revealing light. It's beautiful, man. It's what I was just talking about. There's a problem here, a problem there. The human in us wants to solve it right away. But when we start doing that, we say, I gotta do this, and then that, and then this. But then if this doesn't work out, I'm gonna try this. And it's just that's when we become anxious. We're not supposed to be handling those kind of problems. Because God wants us just to trust him, to believe in him. He gives us the peace that goes past all understanding of what we know about it. And I've experienced that peace. I've went through a lot of stuff. And somehow, some way through it all, through even at the bottom, it's somehow I still had this peace. Knowing that I have a God that's with me and wants to take care of the problems for me. And he does. And he did. And he's going to keep doing it. I had to learn, I don't have to go through this life by myself. I don't have to figure out everything myself. I have a God that loves me, that wants to take care of it for me. So therefore I praise him and I thank him every day. And the most beautiful thing is When we try to figure it out ourselves, like we're always thinking about, the past or the future. And people don't notice, like, if you look in the past, you're going to be depressed. And if you look into the future, you're going to be anxious. But if you look in today, you'll have peace. That's why they call it the present moment. Because it's a gift. And if we stay present, if we stay in today, then we'll have peace. Because God says, do not worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow will worry about itself. So all he asks us to do is be present in today, enjoy today. And that's when the peace comes, is when we just give it to him and we enjoy the present moment and all the things that he's given us.